Hello. Hello. Hey, Birdie. So let me tell you about Birdie a little bit. She's a little different than any dog I've had before. I mean, she's a good girl. You're a good girl. So, I've had her for about a year. Um, her first owner, I don't know who it was. I don't know. We don't know. She got, according to her papers, when the last people before I had her adopted her from doggy shelter, was she got left behind a grocery store when she was about 1 year old. And then they adopted her when she was two, around 2.5. They had her for about half a year, or about a year. And I'm going to spare the details, but they stopped really being able to handle her. I think it had more to do with her last owner's habits and her health, and really what she was doing with her life. She was trying to kind of be a single parent. And also, a lot of the dogs in her old building before we got her, they weren't really nice to her. It's not that they were bad dogs, they just weren't really nice to her. That had a lot to do with, anyways. So she was kind of not being treated the best, and my neighbor knew I had a lot of patience for difficult people or even dogs. Birdie had actually jumped on me and scratched me the first time I ever met her, and I still just treated her like another nice dog. Oh, she's so good. And then my neighbor asked if I wanted to adopt her. I said, yeah, immediately. And that was, we almost got in trouble right then and there with our landlord, but we kind of got squared away, my ex-girlfriend and I. And then we took care of Birdie, and my ex-girlfriend, she never wanted to take having a dog that hadn't really been trained seriously. It's not that she didn't bond with Birdie, she did. And that's what's really difficult about us all splitting up like this, but that has a lot to do with her choices. Well, we had Birdie for a year. I'd walk her weekly, multiple times a week. In the winter, I'd walk her less. She's great on a couch. She has so much energy. She always tries to chase after squirrels in parks. And she's a little bit just protective, and that's where she gets into trouble with all of her excitement. But she's a good girl. Then my ex-girlfriend and I lost our place, split up, and I thought Birdie was with my ex-girlfriend. Turns out my ex-girlfriend gave Birdie away to a stranger, and that stranger was mistreating Birdie, and he would have other strangers, to me, but other just weird people watch her, and even one of those individuals was tying her up while he panhandled right next to traffic. And she wasn't getting walked. I mean, she could eat food, but she was never getting walked anymore. I didn't like that at all when I found her. I didn't like the marks that were on her. And I've heard how whoever Birdie was given to, he kind of showed her off all the time, but he was still obviously like having drug addicts watch her. So I confronted who had her, and I wanted to know how he got her from Gates. He didn't have an answer. And she didn't have her dog tag anymore or a new one, which meant whoever had gotten her really wanted to erase any form of licensing that she did actually have to me, which I didn't like. So when I confronted the man, I showed a picture of her. He didn't care, so I called the police. They were questioning whether or not I was stealing her. I said no. I'm not worried in the slightest because she's my dog. I was able to, untie her, get her away from that man, and for the last 3 weeks, it has been 24/7 with Birdy and I. I've been watching her 24/7 for like the last 3 weeks. I even brought her into court with me. I didn't plan that, but I was asked to and did. I've taken her on the bus with me. It was funny when I was having to drive the U-Haul, which I don't really want to talk about. Sometimes she would sit her lap right on my leg while I was driving, which is very funny. And oh, she's snoring. And she's a good girl. She had a good dinner. She's sleeping on the sleeping bag. She walked a bunch today. She got to go to the park. Yeah, she's a good girl.